Today, you're going to learn English with one of the most famous TV American sitcoms ever made, and I'm talking about the show Friends. And we're going to watch a scene from the TV show Friends, and I'm going to pause it from time to time and talk about some of the things that you just heard. We'll talk about some of the reductions that they use. It's very common in spoken English. Some of the informal phrases, as well as connected speech, such as linking. And I will also talk to you about, well, why some of the things that they're saying, why it's funny. So if you would like to improve your listening comprehension, then please subscribe, turn on notifications so that you'll learn about future lessons, and then I can become your teacher. My name is Wes, and that's what Interactive English, it's all about, trying to help you practice and improve your skills. So before we watch the scene, let me set it up for you. Let me tell you a little bit about the context. So the characters, the group, they're talking about a sex tape because two of the main characters, Ross and Rachel, they got together and they were unknowingly recorded. And the situation, the conversation they're having, it's a little bit of a debate as to, well, who came on to the other person first? Was it Ross that started it, or was it Rachel? And they're trying to decide whether or not they should watch this tape in order to learn who was the first person that initiated this. So let's go ahead and, well, let's watch it together.
You don't want to see this, do you? Hell yeah! I am not going to show you this. No.
Okay, so right away, you probably heard those reductions. She said, the very first thing she said, you don't want to see this, do you? So instead of saying want to, it's getting reduced to wanna. You don't want to see this, do you? And of course, Monica responds, hell yeah. And this is an informal phrase. It's really just emphasizing, yes, that this is something you want. Hell yeah. And then Rachel responds using another reduction when she says, I'm not going to show you this. So again, instead of going to, it's going to get reduced to gonna. I'm not going to show you this. Now, before I play this next part, the character Phoebe, she's getting ready to say something, and I want you to listen for this word right here. Okay? Just listen for this one.
Not the sex part, just the stuff leading up to it.
Forget it. She's destroying it.
Okay, fine. Fine, we'll just have to think of some other way to put the whole who came on to who thing to rest. Come on now, think!
Okay, so I told you to listen for that word because this is an example of elision, and that's part of connected speech. This is when a sound gets removed. So she says just, but you don't hear that T. She said not the sex part, just the stuff leading up to it. So even when I said it right there, you don't hear that T at the end of the word. And then she even said it again when she said, we'll just have to think of some other way to put this who came on to who thing to rest. All right? We'll just have to think of some other way. So you don't hear that T, it gets dropped. And again, this is something that's pretty common in connected speech. So let's continue.
Forget it, Phoebe, okay? It's Rachel's tape, and she can do whatever she wants with it. And she wants to destroy it. So, end of story.
I want to see it.
What?
Clearly you don't want people to see this tape. Now, I don't want people to see this tape either, but you so badly don't want people to see it that it makes me want to see it. Do you see?
Okay, so this is kind of a play on words because you just heard her use the word see a lot, to see something. And the way she was using it, especially at the beginning, like clearly you don't want people to see this tape. Now, I don't want people to see this tape either. In this case, see means to look at something. And then continuing, but you so badly don't want people to see this that it makes me want to see it. Do you see? And it's at the very end that the meaning of see changes because it is a multiple meaning word. In asking like, do you see? It's then means it's like understand. So think of it this way. It's like if somebody were to say like, oh yeah, I see your point. In that case, it has the same meaning as understand, like, yes, I understand what you're saying. Like, and she's asking, do you see? All right, let's keep watching.
Are we watching the tape or not? I don't want people to see it for your sake.
Oh, I don't believe you. I think you don't want them to see you begging me.
Rachel, please.
Oh, a little preview.
So this is another great example as to how a word is used, and it can have different meanings. And in this case, it makes it funny. I'm talking about the word please. So typically, please means like you're asking someone for something, like you want something. So in this case, she says, I think you don't want them to see you begging me. And Ross says, Rachel, please. And then she says, oh, a little preview. As though he's saying please with the meaning that he's asking for something. And she says, like, oh, that's a little preview of what you're about to see in the video that Ross is going to be asking her and saying please. Now, it's funny because please can have a different connotation. People can use this when they're like exasperated and they just don't believe something, and that's how he's really using it. If he's saying, Rachel, please, like, come on, I don't believe you, nobody believes it. But she interprets it as the other meaning that he's asking for it, and that's why she says, yes, it's a little preview. Let's keep going.
Fine. Fine, but I want the record to show that I tried to take the high road, because in about 5 minutes, I'm going to be saying,
Okay, here we go.
hello, can I get you anything?
So happy.
Music comes on as though we're going to a commercial.
Oh, thank God you're here, Ross. And I need you to help me. Were you just talking to yourself? Oh, there I am. You're gonna get pregnant. I screwed up so bad. I told Monica that I would stuff and send all the wedding invitations like weeks ago, and
You didn't do it?
I know I had put them in my desk at work, and I completely forgot about them until today.
Okay, I want to talk about the phrase forgot about them and the way that she says it. This is a great example of connected speech. She said, I had put them in my desk at work and completely forgot about them until today. So there's a couple things going on. The first thing I want to say, again, this show is from the United States. In the US, people often use the flap T, which is kind of like a soft D sound. And we'll use this when the T comes between two vowel sounds. So the T, that final T in forgot, and the final T in about are going to be said with more of a flap T, and it's going to sound like a D. Forgot about 'em. All right, the other thing that's happening, there's also some more elision. That TH, it's like it's getting removed, so you're not going to hear that. And this allows us to link these phrases together. So linking often occurs when you have the final sound of one word is a consonant, and the beginning sound of the next word is a vowel. So we can link them together like forgot about. That flap T is going to link with the vowel sound in about, forgot about. And then that other flap T can now link with the vowel sound like M because we got rid of that TH. Forgot about him. Forgot about him. Forgot about him. All right, let's listen to it again just so you can hear her say it. Okay.
Send all the wedding invitations like weeks ago, and
You didn't do it?
I know I had put them in my desk at work, and I completely forgot about them until today. Sweetie, it's okay. Everybody made it to the wedding. I'm fine. Kind of hurting my hand, though. I know. I cannot believe that I did this, especially after Monica just went on and on and on about it. Okay, Rachel, here are the invitations, Rachel. I'll be very careful, Rachel. Please drinking no liquids around the invitations, Rachel. Whoa-oh, oh-oh-oh-oh.
Okay, so I want to talk to you about that phrase to go on and on and on about something. So she says, like, especially after Monica just went on and on and on about it. So if you say that somebody is going on and on about something, it means that somebody's talking about something until it becomes just boring and tedious, and you really just don't want to listen to it anymore. So you notice that she says that like Monica was going on and on about it, and then she starts making fun of Monica. She's imitating the things that she was saying to her. Let's keep going.
Did you do it on our invitations?
Not on the ones we sent out.
So, just the ones you gave back to us and we had framed?
Okay, so I wanted well, let's go back to that question that Chandler asked. Did you do it on our invitations? A couple of things. To do it, this is, again, it's an informal phrase that's really just referring to sex. The other thing I want to say about this, because do it, we can use it as part of connected speech, because do, you hear that W sound at the end of the word. And this is what's called intrusion. Intrusion is when a sound is added. So you hear that W, which is a consonant sound, and now we can link it with the vowel sound in it. Do it. Do it. And this is very common. You hear this all the time. I'm sure you're familiar with the famous Nike slogan, just do it. Do it. All right? You definitely hear those words linked together all the time. All right.
Oh, can you believe this is already happening? I mean, it seems like yesterday they just got engaged.
I know. Hey, remember the night they got engaged? How you and I almost...
Oh, I remember how we almost... Do you think we would have gone through with it? You know, if we hadn't gotten caught? I mean, do you think we would have done it?
Just to point out quickly again, I don't know if you heard it, like she just said, you think we would have done it? So again, using it in a different tense, done it, but still referring to sex.
I mean, I know I wanted to. I just wasn't sure if you wanted to.
No, I wanted to.
So we both wanted to.
Okay, in about 10 seconds, you're gonna see him kiss me.
And in about 5 seconds, you're gonna see why.
Ross, did I ever tell you about the time that I went backpacking through Western Europe? Okay, get ready to see some begging. Oh, you came on to Ross! What?
Now I'm so happy.
What are you talking about? You used the Europe story.
That's the magic story you use when you want to have sex.
Okay, I want to stop it right there and talk about what Chandler just said, because it's a great example of the rhythm and flow of English. So he says, that's the magic story you use when you want to have sex. So English is a stress time language, and that means that stress syllables are said at approximately regular intervals. So I'll say it again, think of it this way. That's the magic story you use when you want to have sex. Okay? Every time you just heard me clap, that's like a stressed syllable. And the words or syllables that come in between, those are reduced in order to fit that interval. So it kind of, you can hear that flow when he says it, you know, that's the magic story you use when you want to have sex. Okay, let's listen to it again, and you can really, it's a good example of the rhythm and flow. Let's see.
What are you talking about? You used the Europe story.
That's the magic story you use when you want to have sex.
And I know people have asked me like what's a great way to practice this, because I want to improve like my rhythm and flow. And to be quite honest, I think shadowing is a great way to do this, because when you're shadowing, you're listening to something and you're trying to say it in the exact same way. So you're trying to say it with those same intervals, same intonation, same emphasis, same stress. And you're really trying to do it without having to think about it too much. So I think shadowing is a great way to practice that rhythm and flow.
How do you know about that story?
How do you know about that story?
I heard it from my friend Irene, who heard it from some guy.
Some guy.
No, she told me that his name was Ken Adams.
Ken Adams.
So I think it's a great show, and I wanted to share it with you because it's very popular, and I would definitely recommend it if you would like to watch something that's a little more casual. You get great exposure to the way people naturally speak using reductions, connected speech, as well as some of those informal phrases to help you build your vocabulary. And in the comments below, what I'd like you to do, because I love hearing from you, tell me which shows in English you like to watch in order to improve your skills. Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this lesson, please hit that like button. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. So long.